welcome back to Praggers Gaming. I'm Gamer Praggers and this is Techtonica. In the last episode, I showed off the changes I'd made to barracks, which is all lovely. We have 16,000 remaining, which is good news. So that is ticking down, which is good news. That being said, I have been, again, off camera, doing some stuff on lab to try and at least get us started, as you can see, but we're not even close. Not even close, and that is with six pumps on the go gives us 3.8, so we're not even halfway, because that would be 4.1. Now over here, this is what we're doing to deal with the sand. So these crushers crush the sesamite sand into the sesamite powder and sand, and gives us some power back. Now the sand is then being smelted into glass, and that's just being collected here. We're not sending that anywhere because I don't really know where to send it. Yeah, so that's that. But what I've also got up here going on is power. So I am generating I'm generating a lot of Shiverthorn coolant. A lot of Shiverthorn coolant. Which I'm then turning into sesamite powder. Into sesamite coolant, which I'm then passing somewhere, into here, which then into here to make the unrefined thingy, which then gives me the unrefined, which I then turn into the biobrick diesel, which I then crush, and then and that works its way back around the system. Now I don't know. I had a thought last night that I don't necessarily think I actually need the sesamite coolant, because I'm fairly certain there's a recipe, with Shiverthorn coolant. Which it only produces 12, whereas this produces 112. But but I've got a lot of Shiverthorn coolant, and I don't really know what else I can do with that. But we generate some, as you can see, it goes in there. I mean, I could probably do with increasing the power side of this to produce more. But if you look at the power, so this is for all 3 floors. We've still got a decent accumulator charge, and I have put a few more accumulators down. But we're keeping satisfaction. So I need to, because the other thing is, that needs to go that way. Oopsies. So this is outputting straight away, straight from into the crusher. But I don't know whether to move all of this up one so that I can get more crushers down, or keep it as it is. But we are starting to back up on the sesamite powder, which at the moment is just being used here and here, but that's all backed up, so it might be that we need to redesign this part of it to make use of the additional Shiverthorn coolant. Because I don't think there's a crusher recipe. We want some of that. Just get that out of our inventory. There we go. Have I got any coolant in my inventory? I do not. Yeah, there's not a recipe for it. So I don't really know what to do, because we're still not even hitting. Oh no! Ooh. Ah, that's cool. Now that we've hit that pump, so I don't know whether to put another row and repeat the same thing, like this. Good. Because I'm sure I was told that the 8 was what you needed to keep up. Because we do have, so I have got these backing up into chests, but this is going down to barracks, to our plant factory. But I think what I might start doing is bringing this over, or repeating the same thing we've got over here. So that we've got, so that's 5, 6. 315. I think that's because I plonked a load in. But 2 pumps per seems to be about right. Do you know what? I'm gonna keep that as is, but I'm just gonna put a chest here, filter inserter for sand, and then we're gonna forget about that, and that's gonna cause us problems later down the line. all of a sudden, power's a problem. I think I brought up a load of the... Yeah. Okay. I think we need to redo this. I like the idea of pumping the sand out into the crushers. But the glass could be a problem, and we could move glass production over here. If I took... So I don't know what glass other than sensor blocks. Okay, right. So wave, yeah, we're not getting... Okay. Right. Okay. Right, let's get rid of this. How do we do this? I'm going to need to think about this some more, aren't I? Right, hang on. So... hang on, because I want to build it out that way, don't I? Right, that produces 24. See, the problem with doing them one, they've got to be 3. But I don't like it. So 25, and that produces 500. I mean, if I did that, that's 4, so that would produce 100 sesamoid coolant. Once we get this plumbed in. Okay. Okay, so if I do that, that. No, I'm going to take that off. See the problem there. Oh, hang on, no. I don't need that, I just need it here, don't I? And then there. So that then produces the sesamoid coolant. Okay. Which we can then bring out. Okay. You need to go. Run out of power. Sierra? Okay. I mean, hopefully we'll be able to sort out power. Okay. Right, so let me just pop this down here. So, just my coolant and bio bricks. Right, so that's my coolant. Oh, hang on. These produce 24. So actually, this can all be gone. Because we can just put one of these. There. Okay. Now we need to get the bio bricks, which are here. But that should also mean... Okay. Right. So that produces 112, which we then have to mix. If I bring this here, unrefined with sesamoite powder and carbon powder bricks. Okay. It takes 56, so we're going to. Carbon powder bricks are here. Which I'm going to just bring around here. Because unrefined. No, we need to turn it into. Yeah, we need to turn it into unrefined. Into this, don't we? So these are producing 112. I'm almost out. Because what I'm thinking is if we put a chest between them. Interesting. I think we might have a problem with sesamoite powder actually. But what I can do is what I want to do is then feed these back into the system, because obviously not all of it's going to make it into the system, because then that's going to get crushed. Except you don't line up, do you? Because that produces 8. So each one's going to need a crusher, really. And that's not far away. So I need to get carbon and sesamoite powder, isn't it? So you will go here. And here. No. Okay. No. Just get to do that to stop it from connecting to this. Right. Down. Okay. Right, and now I need the sesamite powder. So you're going back into that system, as are you, and you. But you're not. Where do I need you? Right, so we want puppies. There. And downies. Downsies. There. Okay. Okay, so the other thing we need to do is we need to get somehow because it's all well and good just these sat there, but we want to use that and plumb that back into here. So how are we doing that? There. And that then feeds back into the system. Okay. Right, so that is right. So you're not running because you're full up of sand, which is what you're. Yeah, you're all backed up with sand. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. And you're gonna be have to come out just here. Okay. So that then refines that. Okay. Right, so that's going to be coolant, unrefined. Shiverthorn coolant. Okay. Okay. And then that feeds into the system. Right, now I'm fairly certain. Oh, that's just the Shiverthorn, which we're going to need to do something with. I don't know what yet. But I'm kind of happy with that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn that off and just see what happens. I mean, in terms of Shiverthorn coolant, we're still producing way more than we need. So we need to do something with that, because otherwise that's going to stop these. Oh, have we already stopped? Oh, is it because... Yeah, we're out of Shiverthorn, the red powder, sesamoite powder. But I need to fix the sand, and I need to fix Shiverthorn, and then I think that's us sorted for getting this up and running, and then we just need to expand this out. But I mean, it's quite expensive in terms of thing, but power's holding out, which is good. But yeah, like I say, these aren't running, so well, this one is, but these aren't, because we're not getting rid of the sand. Well, that one's going to stop in a minute. So I need to get rid of the sand. So that's the sand then going into here and stacking up, and then we can do something with the sand. But that should mean everything except the coolant. But I don't really know how we do that, because we have a lot of coolant. I mean, how much coolant does this take? 25. And this produces 12? 18. 6? But yeah, the system's backed up in terms of power at the moment, which is good. Okay, so the chests aren't empty, but the sesamoite powder is causing a backlog. That's okay, so that's spitting out there. But it's not. Yeah, that only produces 1 sesamote powder. Yeah. Have I got sesamote powder coming up? I don't think I do. But I need to, yeah, we need to do something with that to get a bit more sesamote powder. Improve our yield. But yes, so that is all we've got time for. Thank you for hanging out. Don't forget to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel, ticking the bell so you know when new videos go live. In the description is a link to the channel Discord. Feel free to come and talk about the games you're playing, the games I'm playing, games in general. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.